Good morning, I'm Kevill Davies. I'd like to talk this morning about something I'm frequently asked about on forums such as Quora. That is why there is something from nothing. I'll start by just taking the basic simple premise that we can express nothingness, that is zero, as a commodity x, which could be cabbages to universes, minus the same commodity x equals absolutely nothing. We can make this look a little bit better, because it's not very satisfying, by saying x plus now a commodity minus x equals nothing. We can see here that the coefficients of these terms, x and minus x, are plus 1 times x equals x, and minus 1 times x is minus x. So the coefficients are plus 1 and minus 1, which we might think of as the square roots of 1. But again, it's still not very satisfying. We can do better by introducing the imaginary term I, which is the square root of minus 1. And we can say that x squared plus ix squared also equals nothing. And we can actually improve on this yet further by saying plus or minus x squared plus, again, nice to be additive, plus or minus ix squared equals nothing. And here we have the four roots, four coefficients, plus 1, minus 1, plus I, minus I, which everyone will recognise are the fourth roots of 1. We might note at this stage that the answer from this form, plus or minus 1, the square roots of 1, are responsible for the very basic forms of division in our existence. We can always, from the very first words of the Bible, that God created the heavens and earth, see this dichotomy, this contradiction throughout our life. Dark and light, evil and good, war and peace, love and hate. It's the basic of all life, this contradiction, constantly, which is demonstrated in the two correct answers to what is the square root of 1, one of nature's delicious paradoxes. But this is too simple, and this is why nature goes to the fourth root of 1, to give us the added complexity that we observe in life today. And let me show you a demonstration. We've all heard of the tree of knowledge. Well, here it is, taken from the Garden of Eden perhaps, but we can all see the tree here, we can sense it. This is the important thing. In our sight we can see it, with the wind rustling in the leaves we can hear it, if we get close we can hug it, touch it, and we can smell it. But that's as far as it goes, really. We see all this and sense it all, but in actual fact we're missing the essence of the tree. The most important part of the tree is hidden from view, because what we sometimes don't see is more important than what we do. So if we dig a little, we can see that there's the roots. And I think this is very important. It's not what we see, it's what we don't see. And I can show this again in terms of the roots of 1, nature's delicious paradox. If we look at this diagram here, if we take plus 1 or 1 at ground level, it doesn't matter how high the power goes. We can square 1, we can multiply put to the 4th power, to the 8th power. We only ever get plus 1, because that's our scientific understanding of life. We're only looking at it in this simple one dimension. But if now we look below ground, look at the roots of 1, we can see plus 1 and minus 1 is the square root. The 4th roots we've discussed, the plus 1 minus 1 plus I minus I. The 8th roots are even more complicated, another 8 solutions, all correct. But these we do not take into account with science today. And this forms the basis, this multiplicity of ideas about the roots, that underpins the Davies hypothesis, which says that the universe, its creation and evolution, are ordered in the way that they are because nature has to take account of all the correct answers to what are the 4th roots of 1. Why not the 8th roots of 1, the 16th roots of 1? Well, I believe that nature goes so far because with that I can explain how the universe is created, the dual universe is created. And for those people watching that are interested, they can go to have a look at my series of YouTube videos which explains it. It's called the Davies hypothesis. Or, of course, you can always read my book, Spiritual Man, An Introduction to Negative Dimensions. Okay, I hope that's given you food for thought. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.